Okay, would you agree that proper biblical interpretation should be step one for lay people to learn? Wow, that's like one of my favorite questions. Yes, so I love the subject of biblical interpretation. In fact, I just recently completed a STRU, Stand to Reason University course on biblical interpretation called Never Read a Bible Verse, which is taken from Greg's title about that same subject. So if you guys don't know, at Stand to Reason, we've created a bunch of courses that are free. They're video training with questions. Just go to our website, str.org, go to the training tab, and then you'll see STRU or STR University. And I have a whole course on Never Read a Bible Verse, which is about biblical interpretation. So do I believe that this should be step one for lay people? Yes, absolutely. If I could make every Christian on earth study something, like the first thing they study when they become a believer, it would be biblical interpretation, how to interpret the Bible, excuse me, how to interpret the Bible properly. And the reason is because almost immediately after they become a believer, what are they going to do? They're going to be involved in reading the Bible and becoming equipped to understand what Scripture teaches and filling their mind with the verses and memorization. And so how important would it be then to make sure that the principles of interpretation that you have are correct? Because everybody has a system of biblical interpretation already. We all already come to any text, but especially the biblical text, with certain assumptions and systems of what we're going to do with the text. The only question is the system that we have, does it help or hinder our ability to understand what we're reading? So absolutely, it would be great if every church kind of made it like a new believers class or a new members class. Like, okay, you're a new believer, fantastic. Welcome to the family of God. Man, let's learn some basic principles of interpretation. And I want you to know these principles are not some obscure, academic sorts of things. These are principles that we already know and apply to any text that we read in culture. I'm just saying we got to take those same principles and apply them to the biblical text as well. So these aren't really complicated things. They're just really straightforward principles that we already know about, but we just need to be more intentional about using them even when we read Scripture.